13 Beliefs that limit your success. I'm sure that you've heard stories about people who achieve the impossible. They get up every day and go to work. Their children thrive, and they live full, rich lives. But what if I told you that these people weren't amazing because they were lucky or good at what they do? Instead, it's because they believe in themselves. Each of us has the power to achieve anything we set our minds to, but sometimes we don't believe enough in our own abilities, and that can hold us back from achieving great things. In this video, I'll share 13 beliefs that limit your success and how changing them can make all the difference in your life. Number 1. Negative self-talk. A negative self-talk is a form of self-sabotage. It can be difficult to stop, but it's possible with practice. You may have heard this before, but the most important thing you need to remember is that your thoughts affect your emotions and actions in a big way. If you're constantly telling yourself things like "I'm not good enough," or "I can't do anything right," those thoughts will lead to negative emotions like sadness or frustration, which in turn affect how well your brain works, which means less productivity. On top of that, when we're stressed out all day long because we're feeling bad about ourselves and our lives, it makes us more likely to get sick, and then when we're sick, even more likely. So what should we do instead? Start thinking positively. Try coming up with as many things as possible where you are awesome no matter how small. The key here is repetition. Keep repeating these positive affirmations until they become ingrained habits and part of who you really are, instead of just something else happening inside your head all day long. Number 2. Fear of failure. Fear of failure. The belief that you will fail. This is often a result of a childhood where your parents or other authority figures told you that if you tried, it would only be a matter of time before failure came knocking on your door. As an adult, this fear can cause you to avoid taking risks and pursue activities that are not part of your identity. But sometimes it's important to stretch outside the box. Examples: the first step toward overcoming this belief is identifying what exactly is keeping it alive inside us, and then figuring out how to change those things so we no longer fear failing at something new and exciting, which might actually lead us down paths we never thought possible. Some examples: Louis C.K., who was able to overcome his fear of performing stand-up comedy; Beyoncé Knowles Carter, who continues making music despite having been cut from Destiny's Child; Michael Jordan gave up being perfect when he retired from basketball at age 30; Oprah Winfrey made her living as an actress on daytime television after years working behind the scenes as an assistant showrunner for soap operas instead. Number 3. Lack of confidence. It's important to understand that confidence is not the same as self-esteem. Self-esteem refers to how we feel about ourselves, whereas confidence is one's belief in their ability to succeed at something. Confidence is a skill that can be learned, practiced, and improved upon over time. Confident people tend to have an upbeat attitude toward life. They're optimistic about their abilities and future prospects, and they don't let fear or doubt stop them from pursuing what they want out of life. Number 4. Procrastination. Procrastination is the opposite of productivity. It's a habit that can be broken, but only if you understand why you're doing it in the first place. To break your procrastination habits, first ask yourself what kind of person you want to become: someone who focuses on their goals or someone who gets stuck in a rut? If it's the latter, then consider these common reasons why people procrastinate. Fear of failure and/or success. Laziness, aka I'm too busy. Number 5. Perfectionism. Perfectionism is a self-sabotaging behavior that can hold you back. It's a way of thinking that tells you that if something isn't perfect, it isn't good enough and you shouldn't bother trying at all. For example, if your goal is to get into shape and lose weight, but every time you step on the scale or take off your shirt in front of the mirror, all you see are flaws and imperfections, then this belief will prevent you from reaching success. Number 6. Limited beliefs. What are beliefs? Beliefs are a way of thinking, a lens through which we view the world. They're formed in childhood and based on our experiences as well as what we've been taught by family, friends, and society at large. They can be limiting or empowering. It all depends on whether they support your goals or hold you back from achieving them. Here are 15 examples of limiting beliefs. Number 7. Lack of motivation. You need motivation to be successful. It's that simple. Motivation is the reason you do what you do, and without it, success can be hard to come by. Motivation is what gets me up in the morning and keeps me going through my day. I'm motivated by my desire to help others succeed in their businesses and careers, as well as my love for fitness, which also leads me into self-improvement. If I didn't have these two things driving me forward every day, then I don't think any success would come my way at all. Number 8. Resistance to change. Change can be scary and uncomfortable, but it's also inevitable. The only constant in life is change. Change is good. It challenges you to grow, learn new things, and do things differently than you've done before, which will make you stronger as an individual and as a team member. Change can be exciting. When we're faced with something new or different from what we're used to doing, our brains light up like Christmas trees because they get excited about learning something new. This is called dopamine. So don't let yourself get stuck thinking about how much more work it will take for your brain cells to process this new information. Instead, think about how cool it would feel if someone handed you an ice cream cone on a hot summer day. Number 9. Self-doubt. Self-doubt is a normal part of life. It's how we learn to grow and become better people, but it can also be overcome by being more confident in yourself. I know what you're thinking, but I'm not confident. How am I supposed to be confident when I have no idea what I'm doing? Well, it's true that feeling unsure about your ability isn't fun at all. It makes us feel like we might fail or make mistakes that will get us laughed at by others, or worse. But instead of worrying about these things too much, try focusing on what makes you special. Maybe it's your sense of humor or ability to speak up for others when they need help. Maybe it's artistic talent or athletic prowess. Maybe it's something else entirely. The point here is that there are many different ways each person can be valuable and bring value into the world around them, so don't let yourself get bogged down by any negative thoughts about yourself, because those kinds of thoughts won't help anyone. Number 10. Unclear goals. Setting goals is an essential part of the success process. Without them, you'll be aimless and hopelessly adrift in a sea of possibilities. The best way to set your goals is by writing them out and reviewing them regularly. This helps keep them fresh in your mind, as well as ensures that they are clear enough that if someone asked what you want most out of life right now, they could understand your answer without having any additional information about what makes up those desires. For example, I want more money versus I want enough money so that I can live comfortably for the rest of my life. Breaking down larger goals into smaller pieces makes them seem less daunting and easier attainable. This is particularly important when working toward long-term objectives like financial independence or retirement, because there will always be hurdles along the way that could derail progress if not planned for ahead of time. Number 11. Insecurity. Insecurity is a common problem. People who are insecure tend to be more sensitive to criticism and rejection, and they often focus on their own flaws instead of the positive aspects of themselves or others. Insecure people also tend to be more self-critical and negative in general, which can impact your ability to reach your goals by making it difficult for you to feel good about yourself or others around you, and therefore enjoy success. Number 12. Indecision. You can't go wrong with making a decision. In fact, making decisions and learning from them is actually a great way to learn about yourself and your abilities. And when you do make the right choice, it will feel so much better than if you had waited around forever without making any choices at all. Indecision is actually quite limiting in many ways. It keeps us from taking action. We don't learn as much from our mistakes as we could, and sometimes we're too humble about our decisions, or too arrogant. If you're having trouble deciding on something, whether that means which restaurant or movie theater to go to tonight or whether or not you want children someday, try asking yourself these questions. Is this important enough for me? Am I willing to live with the consequences of my decision? How could my life be different if I made this choice instead of another one? Number 13. You can achieve anything if you believe in yourself. Belief in yourself is the first step to achieving your goals. Believing in yourself is the key to success, whether you're trying to achieve your career goals or overcome obstacles on your way there. If you don't believe in yourself and what you're capable of doing, then nothing will work out for you. You need this belief before anything else can happen, because it gives us confidence and hope when things get difficult, and they always do. Finally, I hope this article has been helpful in showing you how to overcome limiting beliefs. We all have them, but it's important not to let them hold us back from achieving our goals. If you feel like there are some beliefs that keep getting in the way of your success at work or home life, then take some time out today and think about what they might be. Once we have identified these negative thoughts, then it is up to us whether we want them removed or not. ! Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe.